All right, so we're going to run him back in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened, man. The call dropped, but, you know, like
it must have dropped. It be trees around me, so probably on my side.
All right, yeah, but like you were saying, we basically ain't had that structure of professional help. You know what I'm saying? That could have really put y'all in the forefront, because we all know how, you know, the city is, you know what I'm saying, period. Like, niggas was, you know, talking all real life situations, you know, shit that niggas see from growing up, you know.
Yeah, like you gotta remember, all shout out to State Pop, all shout out to Siegel. Those was my guys. We did a lot with them. Like, a few artists we did a lot with. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, with all due respect, Siegel not a yay. At that time, he wasn't a yay. He was a Siegel. He could get us into the game or get us into like a good footing, but it would have to come off a real promotion, because at that time, Siegel still needed a yay to be. You know what I'm saying? He still had to carve his own lane. So the most he can do is kind of open the door slightly for us. You know what I'm saying? And I think the way his career was going, he needed his focus on him. You know what I'm saying? He had to. There was a lot going on with that scenario and everything going around them.
Yeah.
He had to focus on his own shit, so you couldn't really be mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Then it wasn't like I said, we didn't have anybody else to really go to. We didn't have labels. We didn't have nobody coming through and scooping us and, yo, let's do this and do that. Like, we didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? We had, yo, we're going to put this shit out on the DVD and just see who the fuck it gets. If they hear it, they hear it. If they don't, let's put the next one out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we had. It was like a blind leading a blind. Like, and like I said, the industry knew us, and that's the part I think it cut off at. I'm like, yo, the industry knew who we was, and we had a lot of accolades that come with this shit. But again, I feel like the industry, they use this for what they wanted us for. Like, I feel like if you look at all the main record labels in the industry that came out, even down the whole Dynasty to Cash Money, like the list goes on. If you really, really look, I mean, really, really look at every main record label, it's a Philly artist somewhere in there perpetuating and moving that situation or helping move that situation. No main artist that came that touched the label, up to my knowledge, no crazy main artist did it without somebody from Philly around as a rapper, producer, somebody behind the scenes, whatever the fuck it was a nigga from Philly there, if that makes sense. DMX had E, Hov had the whole State Prop. Wayne and them, Baby and them had Gilly. Like, the list goes on and on if you really want to look at that shit for real. Even down to Pharrell. Pharrell in the clip had Roscoe Pico Chain.
Yeah.
They had fucking Sandman. They had Ab Lava. Like, everybody that came in the industry had somebody from Philly to either help or to help move the actual boat. You know what I'm saying? But they never gave a Philly nigga a key to the boat. Like, all right, it's your run. Except for the Philly Eve dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And, again, the State Prop dynamic. But, again, they wave was around friction. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to give a nigga a key to drive the boat when you throw him in waters that's troubled all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you going to stop and put somebody else on the boat if the shit always rocking?
Yeah, that's crazy, like, man.
And you can even go down to Cameron and Dipset. You had TWIZZ and clear it up more. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, everywhere down the line, it's a nigga from Philly in that scenario. Ross, who he got with him now? Meek.
Yeah, that's true.
Who he had before? Meek. You feel what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from now?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's true, man. That's definitely true. I know that basically on some real shit, we all know that, you know, y'all followed a lot of niggas' styles, you know, on top of basically y'all came like, for the niggas in my age group, bro, we know we had the figures, you know what I'm saying? The figures, you know, they had the 90s, the late 90s, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s and shit like that. Around like, you know, 2001, I remember back in 99, like hearing them on the radio and shit. But when state property hit, you know, I'm 31. I was a little, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't really moving around too much when the figures was spitting. But once State Property came out, this was like, placement, shit like that all around that time, you know what I'm saying? And then
when that Hot 97 freestyle zone came out, it was over. What?
And seeing State Prop and them, they was automatically celebrity status. Like, as far as once they was known, they was already celebrity status. But like I was doing an interview with Vox, I was saying, like, for y'all niggas, it's like y'all gave the niggas from off the curve, the niggas that was out there getting double ups, the niggas that, was dealing with all types of regular life situations, y'all was giving niggas hope, saying like, damn, like, these niggas is doing it, like, y'all was putting that shit out, kind of showing niggas more so like how life really is, because it wasn't like no fixed up videos and nothing like that. Y'all niggas could just be straight going off, your team with you, as far as with the group and the hype ad libs, y'all started that shit, you know what I'm saying? Bringing that type of energy, like, damn, what the fuck, like, this wave is lit. Like, when that niggas was, it was to the point, like, everybody knew where the neighborhood stands was, the stores, when we had to go and buy shit, like, oh, that joint just dropped, I need that. I'm not a rapper, just dropped, I need that joint, like, you know what I'm saying? You was down if you wasn't up with the newest DVDs and shit like that. So y'all definitely, for sure, fathered a lot of niggas from wanting to even rap that was niggas that ain't had no hope. But I'm going to jump into the next question, man. And this one might be kind of hard for you, and I understand if you can't even give me a straight answer for this, but this one is, who's your top 5 DOA from Philly?
Top 5 DOA?
Yeah, dead or alive from Philly.
Man, that's hard. That's hard. But I'm a fan of hip hop first. Like, I'm a fan of rap first, so I can do this list easy. I ain't nobody gonna feel slighted. I ain't gotta look at my bias. I won't even put myself in this shit. For me personally, I think I had to say Siegel. Siegel probably be my number 1.
For sure.
And I'm be honest, Siegel just had some shit with him. Like, he, like, it's there. Like, Siegel probably my number 1. Damn. Fucking. All right, now we talking like from one section, or we talking like just we got to look at the whole wave to how they are now, or
no, it's not. No,
sectioned out. What?
I'm the type of nigga like this. You know what I'm saying? I give.
Like, can I say a person from a certain wave, or
you could say it from wherever. That's what I'm saying. It could be from DVD era. It ain't got to be signed.
No, I'm just saying, like, say if a nigga was hot back then, but I just don't like him now, or he's just not as hot to me, or his career just didn't go as how I wanted it.
That can count too. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's on some real shit up to this day. I still spend all that shit from the DVD era, bro. Like, I still get lit, and I still stay up with all that shit. So it ain't got to be no type of. It ain't about what they did. It ain't about how lit they is. It's just about, like, I can spend this shit any day of the week. I can always spend that. Like,
all right. Let me try this again. All right. Siegel still be my number 1. I think. Yeah, Siegel still be my number 1. Mixtape Cassidy would be my number 2. Like, Busted Cassidy 1 and 2. Like, that Cassidy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Even into split personality, I give him that. Like, that Cassidy be my number 2.
The Glock or wherever.
Yeah. 3 would be. Fuck. Let me see. Damn, this is hard. 3 would be. Fuck, yo. Fucking stepping over it. Let me see. Who had this fucking flames with him, man? Who had this, like, unforgettable shit? Fuck it. I go for DVD Creep. Creep.
Beamer 745.
Sour apple green.
Yeah, that joint. That joint was. We got two left, huh?
Oh. I put Meek in there.
Okay.
I put Meek in there from consistency level base to
definitely.
Like I switch that around. Give me Meek before Creek, and that's the only reason I'm gonna say that is through relatable status. Like I can relate to Meek a little more. I seen him build up. The nigga, like he even from the best of Meek Mill's one up to like Flammers and all that shit. Like he had his whole little just going through. Like I give him, he'd be my top. Like so I say Siegel. What I say? Siegel, Cass, Meek, Cree, and then five would have to be this would be. Am I gonna go straight bar? Or am I gonna go song? That probably confusing. Now, most of these niggas hot as shit, but can't really make a song too much, or nothing that's gonna really like overlap. Well, no, that's not true. Give me Young Chris. I'll give you Young Chris.
Okay.
I'll give you the Gunna.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, niggas definitely forget about Chris.
It was between Gunna and Ospino, but I gave it to Gunna on the fact that, like I said, that he just had some shit with him where it just kept standing out all the way through. Like so it is. So if I had to pick a six man, it'd be Skino. Skino would come in six.
Yeah, that state pop era, it did a lot for our generation, period, music-wise.
A whole lot.
Gave niggas, you know what I'm saying, that they definitely gave niggas hope, but then it was to the point, like, you know, like I said before, you know what I'm saying, y'all was doing that shit from the block still. It wasn't like, you was like, you know what I'm saying, niggas like, damn, I don't even gotta go for them fucking labels. I just gotta be nice in my hood.
Yeah.
I gotta be ready to bomb a nigga, you know what I'm saying, because that's another thing I gotta ask you about, bro. Like, did you basically, because I believe you said earlier you was with Had or something like that, so obviously, you know, y'all eventually patched up y'all situation, because, you know what I'm saying, you know, on that DVD, bro, you know what I'm saying, you was bombing hard on that joint.
And that's the crazy part. That was different. How can I put it? With me and Had, we always had a certain respect for each other. And the crazy part is, I wouldn't say that. That respect came later. In early times, me and had a lot going on where niggas didn't understand that whole dynamic for like me, Had, and Cooley. Like that shit really went kind of deep. Like as in like it didn't start all deep. It started off on some like hearsay. I heard niggas came at me, so I did this, and whatever case may be, and then it ended up in like rapping shit. But then the effects of us bumping into each other in the city at like the age we was at, and how I am and how everybody else, it carried wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then it just started turning into what it was, like more different issues. Like me and had, like, of course Had speak his mind, Had always been like that. So I had to understand that was Had. But me and him had trip ups to where, like, we met up one day outside of, like, Phenomenal Records where they used to sell CDs in North. And we was basically on some from there, that was like our first bump into each other. Like I always lived by the code where if we gonna beef in music or if we gonna talk shit in music, when I see you, I wanna know, I'm gonna check that temperature and see where that energy is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if it's all love and this is music or if it's just like competition, all right, I know that when I talk to you. If it's really a problem, we can quit the music and we can get into what we gotta get into now, right here when I talk to you. But I don't want to be the nigga that see you, don't say nothing, and then we sitting there still talking about each other on wax. My nigga, I had a chance to say something to you right there when I saw you. You know what I'm saying? So anybody I ever had a problem with, I went and talked to when I met them. It ain't no we gonna look at each other from across the room. No, my nigga, I'm checking that temperature from day one. You know what I'm saying? Not on some you tough shit. No, this is how I was raised up. in West, if you got in West Philly High and Stair and Huey and all that, in them schools and my neighborhood, if you got a problem with a nigga from across the room, or if you think it's a problem, address that, because you don't want to be the last one to find out. Plenty of times I done let some shit slide, thinking I don't care if we have a problem or not, and I get snuffed. You know what I'm saying? And you like, damn, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the last nigga to find out. That was always my mentality. So my thing is, I'm going to come up and I'm going to ask you from the rip, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I know face to face what the tension is and how we should carry it, or how I'm going to carry it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, yeah, so I had situations with them where, like, it's old shit, so it's not really, like, too crazy. But like I said, the truth is the truth. I don't really shy away from that. And I told you last time I ain't really one to, like, indulge in shit. But, like, with me, not me, with Had and Quill, it was, like, the same thing. We'll see each other. We'll have our words, whatever case may be, whether good or bad. It usually ends up with, not even with Quill. Quill, I had words with later, but with Had, it was pretty much, no, that basically folds into each other. The first time I seen Quill, he didn't even speak to me. He wouldn't say a word to me. Like, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like his people, one of his people pulled me while I was walking. Like, yo, that's hot. Yo, hot. What's up? And I ain't gonna say what he's saying because it's old shit. But he was basically like saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this ain't my man. Basically, this ain't my man. That's my man's man. What's up? And I'm like, damn, Quill, what's up? And I started talking to him, and that nigga just looking at me and looking at his friend, like on some like what y'all gonna do type shit. And I'm like, yo, what's up? And then his man was like, man, I told you. And I just kind of got mad. Like, I get mad at shit like that. Like, if I know, like, you hear me addressing you, and I'm not going to tell you to just hit you because of that. So I'm like, all right, I'm just walk away. So when I walked away, his man walked with me and was just telling me, like, I told you that's just how he is. I told you I rock with y'all. And my cousin had pulled up. My cousin had a joint on him. So he kind of like, we walking now, whatever case may be. And it just started getting hot to the point, like, all right, we got to leave, bro, because there's too many cops and I got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we ended up leaving. But after that, what stirred it wrong was, in the midst of me having the Hattie conversation after that, he mentioned, oh, I talked to Quill. Quill said he seen you and he chunked the shit out you. I instantly snapped. Because it was like, first it was a good conversation. I instantly snapped. Like, what? Nigga didn't talk to me. How the fuck he chunked me and he didn't say nothing to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that let me know the type of character that was there when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's him now. If it is, it is. Yeah, touche. I ain't seen the nigga in a minute, and we at a good standpoint now. But it was like it just rubbed me the wrong way when that happened. So whatever, we went from that. We was about to get into a whole little altercation from that point, and we ended up leaving. And when we left, not only like 5 or 10 minutes, I swear to God, I think I went from Phenomenal Records on Gerard. We went to 10th and Thompson, hollered at my man Jazzy real quick. Me and my man Flame, he was with me, Blue Flame. We went to 10th and Thompson he went to go holler at Jazzy. So I first met Jazzy. I started talking to him, we were buzzing up. And literally, in that 10 minutes of me talking to Jazzy, how old man called my phone. Like, yo, da-da-da. Yo, you bumped into Hattie? Said, yeah, I just seen a nigga literally 5 minutes ago. What's up? Oh, no, a nigga just seen me and said he chunked the shit out you and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, huh? What the fuck? Like, the fuck is going on with this? So I'm like, man, nah. So I told my man Flame what happened. This nigga started cracking the fuck up. Like, I told you should have just punched me, bro. You should have just punched me. Like, all that talking shit, what we talking for? You should have just punched me. So I'm like, dog, in my head, I'm like, yo, I asked me, man, like, oh, yo, you got a problem? Yes or no? He's like, no, we cool. All right, cool. Let's get it out of here. Yo. You know what I'm saying? So when that turned into that's I'm like, oh shit. That's where I said the hostility came from the negative side of us not really liking each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from the
because now it's like, because now to me it's like every time I see you niggas, it's like y'all say something that didn't happen, and I ain't got time for that. So like it took till we like grew up. It took till we like grew up for us to like, all right, this shit is little kid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really got no problem with you. I think I seen Quill at my man Noam's studio, and we like, all right, whatever. I walked in, he had his niggas. I walked in on my niggas, but I didn't know he was there. I walked in for a session and had a couple of my niggas with me. I had my little brother and a few other niggas with me. He had a couple of niggas with him. So in the midst, I seen the tension high from the rip. So I'm like, yo, let me holler at you real quick. So he come out. I pull him outside. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, are you good, bro? They're like, yeah, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's up? So he like, nah, everything cool, da-da-da-da. Like again, on that note, even this time he was actually talking. Like, no, everything cool, da-da-da-da. And from that point, I think we just kind of squashed everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying, best to get that bread, you know what I'm saying? We know that we all done lost a lot of niggas and shit like that to the system and down below, because you know how a little simple shit can get stretched out to, some goofy shit. Y'all was back.
My thing was, I ain't never really want to be the bully. So once I started seeing, like, shit wasn't, like, the energy wasn't hostile, it's like, all right, you don't want to be the little hostile nigga when everybody else kind of, like, not really away. So I'm like, all right, man, let this shit go.
Yeah, so definitely I got to say, like I was saying earlier, it was like back then it was a lot different than now as far as, like, music pretty much is groomed into a different form, I want to say. And like back then, the old Young Hot, you was known for, like, bombing niggas. You had, like, you know what I'm saying, everything that you spit was, like, basically for the streets and shit like that. It was basically how we all grew up as Philly niggas. That's because
we engulfed in. Like, that's how I was trying to say to people before. Like, that shit wasn't, like, created shit. This is shit that we seen on a day-to-day.
Exactly.
You want me to rap about party shit, but I'm only in parties for a few hours of the night. The rest of the time, I'm walking down the street with niggas that's fucking trapping and all this other bullshit. Like, how much shit you want me to actually engulf in?
Exactly, because back then it wasn't no dancing while you was rapping and shit like that.
Exactly.
A couple niggas, it might have been that aggression and shit like that, but it was a whole different style back then. But that just lead me to saying that I was checking out some of your later music and shit like that, and I noticed that I was just checking that joint out was free. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed on that as I was listening to it, it's like you went from just just dropping straight up street type of shit to, like, it's like more of a type of a message and shit that it seemed like you was delivering. How you was, especially how you started the joint off. Could you explain, like, the difference between your music back then to what you got going on now?
I think the difference between the music back then and the music I got going on now is back then I was trying to give you a message that I was still corrupting myself. As in, like, even now, I was deeper in this. Like, I still had guns in the crib. I still was riding around with the same niggas I was riding around with. I still was engulfed in the hood, like, dipping and dodging and trying to stay safe with the whole situation of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So my message was always going to be slighted because it's kind of like I'm talking to myself. But at the same time, you can't all but give a message if that ain't fully you yet. Like, I can't tell you put guns down if I'm sitting there strapped fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that never really was my message. My message came from, I basically had to find a better way of saying it. So the older shit was more hostile because I was more angry as a kid. Like, I had more shit going on. I was always beefing. I was always, like, in some shit where it's, like, not in, like, a problem, but I was always kind of angry. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that shit showed in my music, if that makes sense. When I got older, I'm not too fucking angry. I can give two fucks about half the shit that's going on, like, on some shit. Like, if somebody got a problem with me or, like, family altercations or anything like that, like, I don't give two fucks. I don't give it. So my music ain't but so angry. Now it's more informative, as in, like, my nigga, this shit's still here. Don't get me wrong. This is still where you live. But I feel like ain't too many old heads out here. And the old heads that niggas do got, they fucking weird. Like, I done been in situations where I see a young boy follow an old head that he think is tough and this and that. Cause old head telling him all these war stories of high school and this and that and what happened after high school. And I know the nigga personally. He's a pussy. He never did none of that shit he's telling you to do. And if you ever turned around and did what he wanted you to do to him, he'll fold the fuck up and you will be his old head. You know what I'm saying? So